Nurses Call the Shots tea is available for purchase now. We'll talk about that later. But I have a story time for you guys today. Okay, so one of my subscribers asked me to share a nursing story, and I thought that I would share a story of how I delivered my first baby. Well, the mom delivered it, but I was there in the catching position, like, okay, the baby's coming. Hello, baby. So when I was a new grad, I worked on an LDRP unit, which is labor, delivery, recovery, postpartum. And it's just like as it sounds. You come in, you labor, you deliver, we recover you in that same room, and you stay in that same room in your postpartum period. So that's the kind of unit that I trained on. I learned all three areas of maternal child nursing: antepartum, which is before you have your baby; intrapartum, which is while you're in labor; and postpartum, which is after you have your baby. And I also learned specialty care newborn. So my preceptor, who we're really good friends now, but my preceptor at the time, I really thought she did not like me. Talia, I'm sorry. If you're watching this video, I swore I had two preceptors, and I'm actually really good friends with both of them now. But my one preceptor, I thought she really does not like me because she always just seemed bothered when I was asking her questions. And then my other preceptor was a hover, like a real mama preceptor. But anyway, my preceptor, who I spent the most time with on orientation, and for my specialty area, it was, I think 14 weeks. I think that's what it was, 14 or 16. It was a long time of following someone, but you need that much time to be comfortable with a laboring patient or with taking care of a patient who just had a baby. So my preceptor had been telling me, I'm going to start letting you do some things on your own. I'm going to let you do your own admission. I'm going to let you do everything, and I'm going to hang in the background. So I was so nervous. Oh my God, when I was a new nurse, I was so nervous all the time. I cried all the time. I was a basket case. I really didn't think I was going to make it in this arena. I was just like, I don't think this is the specialty for me, but it's what I really wanted to do. So my preceptor, it was a Friday night. I remember it. It was a Friday night, and our unit was pretty chilled. I really liked, it was a night shift. I used to love working night shift because the flow of nights is a lot less hectic than day shift. There's not as many visitors, not as many suits walking around. It's just a different atmosphere. So I was working a night shift. It was like 8. We hadn't been at work that long. And I was up for first admit. So I was like, let me go in my room. Let me make sure I have everything ready. And so as a labor nurse, you learn the safety aspect of things first. So you have to have your baby warmer set up. Just in case a mom comes in and delivers quickly, you want to make sure that you have your oxygen, your baby supplies, your bed is set up. You have all your emergency supplies for mom and baby. So that's something that you do. So I had gone into my room, set it up. Back then, we had a lot of handwritten documents. That's how long ago it was. So we had a lot of, like, our newborn assessment was on paper. So you would pull your paper to make sure that you had all the documents you need, the footprint sheets, and your eyes and thighs medication, all of those things. You make sure you got everything. So, you know, I had my little booklet, and I'm checking everything off my list, making sure I got everything. Yes, I got this, got that. So my patient comes in, they check her. She was in active labor. She was in pain. She was with her mom. I believe it was her mom. She was in pain. She wanted an epidural. So one of the things that we do when you want an epidural is we start an IV on you. We have to collect some blood from you to check certain values to make sure you can get the epidural. And then we have to infuse fluid into you to make sure that you have enough fluid volume circulating to receive the epidural. So now Before I was a nurse, I was a phlebotomist for many years, so I can draw blood very easily. IVs, I'm still not that great with them because in my first job, I was very fortunate to have an LPN. We staffed LPNs, and they always started your IVs. So I knew that I had to put an IV into this lady because I'm on orientation and I got to get checked off for being able to insert an IV. So I was so hella nervous about putting this IV in. So that was my focus. So I had done the paperwork, baby bed set up, all that good stuff. So meanwhile, I have this laboring mother who is in an extreme amount of pain, and she's panting and she's moaning, and I'm just trying to coach her like, okay, just keep breathing. You're going to be fine. So I find a good vein in her hand, and I'm like, yes, okay, I'm going to get this IV. I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get this one. So I'm so concerned with getting this IV in. So I said to her, I'm going to have to stick you. And I grabbed her hand and I said, I'm going to have to stick you. I know this is going to pinch, and I know you're having contractions. So can you just please breathe through your contractions? When I stick you, don't move your hand, okay? And she's like, okay. I stick her. Get my flash. I'm like, yes, I got the IV in. I got this. No. A contraction must have hit her. This hand went flying up with my perfect IV in her hand. That catheter came flying out. Blood is going everywhere. She went spread eagle. I got to push. I was like, wait, pause, flag on the play. What you mean you got to push, sis? No. So I remember my preceptor telling me, whenever you have an emergency in the room, you just hit the code button. Then we're going to come in and help you. So I was like, okay. So I'm trying to get this patient, like, just breathe. Don't push that baby out. I'm just like, okay. So I reach above the bed to press the code button, and I'm just waiting. Like, I know the people said they were coming. They're going to come. I'm not going to be here by myself. Someone is going to come rescue me. Well, the mother says to me, Miss, the baby is coming out. And sure enough, I looked down, and yes, the baby was just coming right on out. So I was just like, oh shit, what am I supposed to do with this kid coming out? Meanwhile, I'm just waiting for the cavalry to come in because I know somebody is coming to save me, because it can't be life that this baby is coming out right now. She doesn't have an IV. She wanted an epidural. Nothing is going the way we planned it here. So the baby came out, delivered into the bed. In my mind, I was frantic. With the patient, I just try to keep my composure. But I'm telling y'all, I was going crazy like, oh God. As soon as the baby delivered, my coworkers came rushing in. One of my coworkers grabbed some gloves, grabbed the baby, suctioned the baby's mouth, because I didn't even do that part. I was just like, okay, the baby came out, and now what? So then the whole team came, the doctors came, everybody was happy, but they cut the cord, brought the baby over to the warmer. I was like, is the baby okay? I asked one of my coworkers, is the baby okay? She was like, yeah, he's fine. He's crying. Y'all, I hauled tail out of that room quick, fast, and in a hurry. Oh, God, I ran out of that room so fast. And I told y'all I was a crybaby back then. I ran out of the room, ran into the locker room, locked myself in the bathroom like I'm just bawling, boo-hooing. And my preceptor could care less about my tears. You hear me? She was like, when it was all over, she said, this is the first time you delivered a baby. It won't be the last. Actually, my first night with her, when I was a nursing student, not even a nurse, I walked in and we went to the patient's room, and the patient was ready to deliver, and the doctor was not there, and she and I were there when the baby was born. That's how I knew this is what I wanted to do. But back to this story. So I'm in here crying, and I hear a tap, 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 tap on the door, and there was the co-worker who had came in and brought the baby over to the warmer for me, and she said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not okay. I don't think I'm good at this. I think I'm gonna go home. I think I'm gonna just quit." And she was like, "Chandra, the baby is fine. Come out of the bathroom." And I'm just like, "No, I'm just in my feelings, okay? In my feelings, getting ready to turn in my 2 weeks notice, get ready to slip a resignation note under the door." So I got myself together. I came out. I had to get my composure because I'm still on the clock. I'm still working. I'm still this patient's nurse. And the mom and the baby were fine. But it was like a shock to my system, because even though way back in the day I saw my girlfriend's sister have a baby at home, this time was different because I was in charge. Like, I'm the nurse, and I felt like I had to be perfect at everything. And that's why there's no such thing as perfect. Like, there's no perfect situations as a nurse. There are things that are going to occur that are going to be out of your control. And sometimes you just got to go with knowing that you have the skill set to be able to do what you're there to do, to be there for your patient. And it was a great outcome, but it was scary in that moment. And so that wasn't the last time I delivered a baby. I've delivered a couple of babies. As long as somebody comes before the placenta comes out, I'm okay. And not that I ever want to deliver a baby. I should say I've been in situations where a baby has come before the provider arrived at the bedside. And after the first time, it was like, okay, this is not the worst thing in the world. And if you think about women having babies, we've been having babies for centuries, and there was not all of these medical interventions. And so, the body will do what it's supposed to do when the time comes. So, yeah, that was my first experience delivering a baby. When I think about it now, I was so crazy for crying like that. It really was not a situation that called for tears, but I was in my feelings when it happened. I felt like when that baby came out and none of my preceptor wasn't there, none of my other coworkers were there, I just felt like I was alone. Like, oh shoot. I don't know if I thought the baby was going to get up and walk. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but it was a scary moment. But mom and baby were happy and healthy, and I delivered my first baby. So I have to say, that was one of my most memorable moments from being a new grad. Like, my first job as a nurse was so enriching. It was I learned a lot there. I learned so much at that hospital. I was there for a little over 3 years, like 3.5 years. I learned so much. My foundation was awesome. So I think that those experiences that I had at that particular hospital really groomed me to be a great nurse. We worked in conditions where we had lack of supplies. Our population was a very indigent population. We dealt with women who were dealing with substance abuse, people who lacked resources, lacked health care. It's just, our patient population was very unique for our area. So I appreciate all of my experiences from my first gig as a nurse. But that was my story of how I delivered my first baby. So if you have any exciting first nursing experiences that you want to share, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to purchase your Nurses Call the Shots Tea. Shoot me an email, which is in the description box as well. Send me an email with your mailing address, your size preference. This shirt comes in small through 3XL. And this is a 2XL that I have on. It's very roomy. I could probably do the XL. But let me know, and I will make sure to send you your shirt. If you have any other content that you want me to share here on my channel, nurse-related, health, lifestyle, inspiration, let's talk about it. Let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.